how I actually admission requirements and how I applied, so that you all know how to actually apply for Waterloo. Talk about teamwork, talk about volunteer experience, talk about some leadership skills. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Punjabi Girl Vlogs. I hope you're all fine and staying safe. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got into University of Waterloo, what are the admission requirements, and how I applied, so that you all know how to actually apply for Waterloo. I got so many requests about how did you apply for Waterloo and how I got into Waterloo. So in this video, I'll be talking about each and everything that you need to know. So make sure you watch the video till end. And so let's start with the video. First, you need to decide which program that you want to choose. Like, all the requirements that university needs are on their website. You have to go check there. Now let me tell my story. When I applied in a geomatics program, which is basically geography and computer science. So the admission requirements were they needed good score in maths, English, and yeah, that's it. Like, they needed good score, like they needed 80% above, 80% or above in mathematics and English, which I had. I studied from CBSE, so I had that requirement. Another thing that they mentioned was that you may need English requirement, like you may need to fulfill English requirement, that either you give Ielts de do ya fir you give a TOEFL, right? But I didn't give any of those because I studied in an English medium school since childhood. So I just wrote that, like, oh, I have studied English from childhood, I've spoken English, whatever. You just show your English grades. If you have above 85%, I would say you don't need any English requirement. So I didn't give any English requirement. So I just filled, there's this application, I'll link it here. It's OUAC. You need to fill out that form. With that form, you apply to 5 universities of your choice. You can apply to University of Waterloo, McGill, whichever universities that you are interested in. You apply there. Once you get the confirmation, they'll send you further instructions. So for me, I did give SAT, but I didn't use those marks. You do not need SAT. It's just that for yourself to see de sakde ho if you really want to give SAT, because that way you can clear your English skills and your mathematics skills. It's up to you. You can give it, but it's not required. Same as with your English requirement, you can give it, like it's good for you, but it's not mandatory. Like, they haven't stated that it is mandatory for your admission. So it's all up to you. As if you are in IB, A level or CBSE, and if you have good grades, like by good grades I mean if you have above 80%, it's not hard to get into Waterloo. Another things that you need to get into Waterloo is you need some recommendation letters, such as you can get a recommendation letter from your school principal. If you were maybe a head boy or head girl, or you participated in different competitions, they might be able to recommend you. So you need couple recommendation letters. Like, I got it from my school principal and one other teacher. Like, it's better if you have at least 2 recommendation letters. Along with that, you need to give your predicted score. What that means, because when we apply to Waterloo, like not only Waterloo, when we apply to any university, we don't have our grade 12 marks. Apne grade 12 the marks nahi aaye hunde, because board marks come very late. It comes in June, July, right? So you have to give your predicted marks, and make sure you do not make this mistake of giving your wrong predicted marks. For example, if you have 80% in your grade 11 and you're writing that in your grade 12 you're predicting to get 95, which is wrong. Like, if you don't get it, you are at a high risk, because they will give you a conditional offer letter. Once they check all your documents, they'll give you a conditional offer letter. Means if you fulfill all the requirements that you have written in your admission letter, you will get your actual offer letter then. So you need your expected grade 12 marks. You need to get a good recommendation letter from your teachers. You need to have good grades in your grade 10 and grade 11. also grade 12 as well. Let me clear how I actually applied. I filled out this OUAC form. So you apply to 5 universities. You need your grade 10 and grade 10, grade 11 and expected grade 12 marks. Make sure your grade 12 marks are not something that's fake. Like, it has to be something that you could actually score. You need some good recommendation letters from your teachers and a good statement of purpose. You can write it yourself, like you write about your achievements in school, why you chose this program, and why you chose this university, like a good statement of purpose. It's really important, like it has to be a really strong letter. So once you apply through this form, they'll send you a link to send all your documents. So you send all these documents. And another thing, keep that in mind, that Ielts requirement, I'm only talking about Waterloo here. Another universities there might be mandatory to give your English exam. For Waterloo it wasn't. So I did not give an English exam, like no TOEFL, no Ielts. I gave SAT, but I didn't need those marks. Like even I didn't use my SAT score anywhere. You have to check the universities, whichever you are interested in. Check their website before you are applying. Make sure you have a good recommendation letter, good statement of purpose, and once you get apply that form, they'll send you another link. Like Waterloo will send you another link for an AIF form. What that means, in that AIF form you'll get couple of questions, such as why you chose this program, why are you interested in Waterloo, what are your extracurricular achievements. You can talk about your various competitions that you participated in, various contests that you have taken part in. Maybe you were a head boy, head girl. Talk about teamwork, talk about volunteer experience, talk about some leadership skills. So these skills really matter when you are applying to a university. For faculty that's really hard to get into is engineering, obviously, because there's so many students applying for engineering faculty. But keep that in mind, that it's not that hard. It's not that hard to get into Waterloo or any other top university if you have good grades and if you really know what you want to do and how you want to do. Just research, like everything is online. Go to Google, like find out what the requirements are. So it's not that hard. I hope whoever is applying for fall 2021, I hope you get into a good school that you're interested in, and good luck. I'll be back with more such videos. Bye. Along with that, you also need and another thing, बस यही था ना, English requirement, OU easy या